Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, local hospitals turn to city leaders who now turn to you for help dealing with increased COVID activity.
Why Derek Chauvin is appealing his conviction and sentence surrounding George Floyd's death.
Plus, what some Minnesota schools are doing to prevent outbreaks of COVID-19. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
After 18 months, our staff is tired and our resources are limited.
City and county leaders in the Fargo-Moorhead area are responding to calls for help from local hospitals, and they're asking you to play a role in the solution.
Valley News Live's JC Dodd joins us live to break down how elected leaders are once again pleading for people to get vaccinated. JC?
Mike, Stacy, today local health officials spoke out on limited hospital capacities, historic staffing shortages, and the rationing of monoclonal antibody treatments for COVID-19. Then city-county leaders called on the public to respond. West Fargo Mayor Bernie Dardis says the area leaders got together and decided it's time to call on the public to take action. In a phone conversation after the meeting, Dardis told me the reason he hasn't issued a citywide mask mandate is because he says vaccinations are the most effective tool for preventing the spread of the virus. Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney says the possibility of a mask mandate is not on the table, and his biggest concern is getting more people to get vaccinated. He says the call to action today comes after a rise in pediatric cases and local hospitals no longer being able to accept transfers. Cass County Commission Chair Chad Peterson spoke directly to those who are not vaccinated. Take a listen.
I'm appealing to you directly to put Facebook down and Instagram and Twitter, and again, look at the numbers. I know you think you're going to be fine if you get COVID, and chances are you will be fine if you get COVID. I'm not worried about you. I've never been worried about you. I'm worried about the 10 people, that's a real number by the way, the 10 people you're going to give it to before you realize that you're even sick.
Both Sanford and Essentia officials say their staff is tired and overworked and say it's time for the community to step up and take action by getting vaccinated. Mike, Stacy.
All right, thanks, JC. Fargo Cass Public Health's Dr. Tracy Newman says the overall vaccination rate in North Dakota right now is 50%, which ranks North Dakota 47th lowest out of all 50 states. The state health department says the now approved Pfizer COVID booster shots will be available next week. It says healthcare providers will need to train staff and update their protocols. Plans are in the works to provide boosters to long-term facility residents in the coming weeks.
Thrifty White currently has appointments available for those who are eligible to get a booster shot. The guidelines do not apply to those who did not get the Pfizer vaccine. Fargo Cass Public Health will be holding what it calls a Booster Blitz vaccine clinic starting October 2nd. These clinics will take place from 8 in the morning to 3 every Saturday in October at their public health building. Pre-registration is required, and you can find information on how to set an appointment up at Thrifty White on our website at valleynewslive.com. And if you're still looking to get your first shot or even a booster, here's another resource for you. It's our VNL Vaccine Tracker. It's on the home page of our website, or as we've reminded you several times, you can open your phone camera and point it to the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up.
A nice clear evening to cheer on your favorite team tonight if you're heading to a game. Hutch is in now with a quick look at the forecast. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Stacy, and good Friday evening, everyone. We've made it. It's definitely cooled down, though. We have beautiful blue skies, and it's been gusty throughout the day. Those gusts have exceeded 30 miles per hour, and that northwest wind bringing much colder air into the valley. Many locations 10 to even at times 20 degrees colder than this time 24 hours ago. We have 50s to the east, mid 50s in Bemidji. Roseau at 57 degrees, low 60s elsewhere here in the Red River Valley and points west. Frost advisory in effect. You've seen it crawling across the bottom of your screen. And, well, if you have the Valley News Live weather app, you've heard our videos on it. And, well, we can give you that first alert to a chance for some frost. I'll have much more details on that. There are some clouds moving in, and these will play an impact on who sees frost and who won't. We'll explain in a moment. For tonight, the wind dies down. Temperatures fall quickly into the 40s by bedtime. So bundle up at that favorite game. Root on the home team and stick around. I'll have hour-by-hour details on that weekend outlook here in a minute.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch.
You bet.
No more coal! No more oil! Let the carbon in the soil!
Dozens of people marched from Island Park to Fargo City Hall this afternoon to try and pressure city officials to take action against global warming. One of the speakers at the rally says that changes should have happened yesterday. We invite you to join us tonight on Valley News Live at 10. We'll tell you what the protesters want from city officials.
Help is coming to Minnesota farmers as the state deals with historic drought conditions. Today, Governor Tim Walz and the state ag secretary unveiled a $10 million drought relief program to help agriculture in Minnesota. It includes $5 million in rapid response grants to provide relief for livestock producers and specialty crop producers, another $5 million for zero interest loans for farmers whose operations are suffering from a lack of rain. The program will also be used to cover lost revenue or expenses not covered by insurance.
Grand Forks police need your help in finding a few people. Take a look at this photo. These 5 people are wanted for a number of unrelated charges. Some of those charges are related to drugs, theft, and assault. If you've seen them or know their whereabouts, call police. The former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murder in George Floyd's death intends to appeal his conviction and sentence. Derek Chauvin says he intends to appeal on 14 grounds. Among them, he claims the judge abused his discretion when he denied Chauvin's request to move the trial out of Hennepin County due to pretrial publicity. Chauvin was convicted earlier this year, sentenced to 22.5 years in prison.
If you live in Bemidji, watch out for a man who police say is going up to random homes and seeing if the door is unlocked. Police have taken several reports during all hours of this happening in the area around Vista North and Birchmont Drive. The person is described as a man with dark hair, often wearing a backpack and riding away on a bicycle. If you notice any suspicious activity, call police. And if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, just call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip.
And we're still receiving calls from some of you viewers who are having a reception problem with our Channel 11 signal. It involves those of you who are DirecTV customers like myself. DirecTV continues to tell us their equipment is not properly receiving our signal. Our signal is functioning normally. The equipment is not picking it up as it should. We are working together to try to get this issue fixed as soon as possible.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, what's being done in Minnesota schools to keep increased COVID numbers from turning into an outbreak.
As we mentioned, it was a cooler day today. Many of us starting out in the 40s and some 30s in the Devil's Lake Basin. Tomorrow morning, some of you will wake up to a picture like this. We'll have hour-by-hour details on why, and we'll talk about a beautiful warming trend coming up right after this.